في كل مكان.
لازم نموت في غزة عشان في صبحية.
عشان نلعب. وانت من الجوع. انقذونا يا الله انقذونا. كل يوم بدك وجع. امشي ارض الله.
لماذا أحكام العرب؟
وين المساعدات تطلع
لا نعلم ماذا سيحدث.
خشيت نتنياهو والله خشيت نتنياهو.
Hello and very warm welcome to Raflims. This is Farooq Hussain. In this hands-on video tutorial, we will learn how we can download DSpace CRIS 8 Backend on Ubuntu 22.04. That is the LTS machine, and this is the same machine where we have installed the front end. If you haven't watched that video, so you can watch the video, and this is actually the front end which is connected with the backend demo site, and demo site is actually available with the DSpace 7 version. So that's why you can see the 500 error here, and now we are going to install the backend on the same machine. So let me stop this here by pressing Control C. So it has stopped the server, and now we can continue with the backend. So at the first level, we need to update and upgrade the machine once again. So we can copy this and we can go to the terminal, and there we can paste it. So it might not take long to update and upgrade because it's already upgraded. And at the step number 2, we need to install the Git. Okay, so we need to check which version, version of Git is actually the current one. So if we just use the command app install Git, it will not install the fresh version, the current version. So we can have the current version here, we can check it, Git current version. See on. So the current version is 2.51.0. So we need this version to have this, but if we use the command like sudo app install git, it will not install the current version, it will install the some older version. So that's why we are going to this PPA, that is actually repository, one of the repositories. So we can copy this and we can clear this. In fact, we can exit this. Now we can go as the admin here, and we can write the password here, and then we can paste this command. Press enter to continue, so it will add the repository here, and then we can continue with the update and install git command. So it will install the git here. So just press enter. Yes, of course. Now we can check the version, which version we have installed here. So you can see this is the latest one, and we can install the, here you need to remember, we need to install the Java, and we need to install the Ant here with this command. So we are going to install the OpenJDK 7, that is Java, and Ant, which both are actually the prerequisites to work with the backend. So let me clear this, so, and paste this. Press enter, so you can say yes, of course we need to install it. So it has done, and now we can check the version, Java version here, and we can confirm the Ant version. This command. So you can see it's Java 17.0.16, and we can see the Ant version. Okay, so we have 1.10.12, it's compiled 9070. Okay, now we need the latest one, Maven. So we can check the latest Maven version, and we can actually go to the website of Apache Maven, and we can write there. We can see the latest one. We have 3.9.11, and that is actually the prerequisite. So here we need the latest one to work with this. So, and we need binary star gz archive. So there you can actually copy this, and pressing copy link here. Okay, so, and post. There you can see this is actually the Maven link, and wget. So we need to copy this link. Let me clear this, and go paste this, and we can wait for the response. It might take few time because Apache server is right now down, or we can use some alternate mirror to have this. I just cancel this, and here instead of this one I am using this mirror, and cut this. because Apache site, I mean the website is down right nowadays, and go with this. So it will take few time to download this, and here is the file name. So we unzip this and we copy this folder to OPT directory. So here with this command, I unzip this and I copy this to OPT directory. And then further I actually echo the Maven address, Java, and I just check the version here. So you can see it's 3.9.11. So we are done with the Maven, and now we need to install the PostgreSQL, that is actually the database of DSpace, and we use this key. Actually, this is one of the wget and the address. We use the app key method, which is slightly old, but it will work. So here we have OK, and we can echo this. And we can update. And we are going to install the client Postgres, contrive, and some other utilities. So now we are done with the PostgreSQL, and at step 6 we need to enter in the we need to log in as the PostgreSQL, and we need to create the user, we need to create the database, and we need to create one extension. Okay, so let me clear this. And right now we are as root, and through this command we become the Postgres. You can see from root to Postgres, and we are going to create the user that is password prompt DSpace. We can enter the password. Here I am going to create the database through this command. Okay, now after creating the database in the user and database, we can create the extension that is Postgres crypto. So it has done. Now we exit to the Postgres to root. Now we become the root here, and we need to allow DSpace access so we can go to the Postgres HBA configuration, and that is 18 right now. So we use gedit, and this file open now, and need to add this line, the last, not in the last, at line number 121 we can add this. So type is local and database to all, and user would be the DSpace, and the method is actually md5. And now we save this and close this, and then restart the Postgres as. Let me clear this, paste here. Okay, done. And after this we create the DSpace user and directories, although we already created when we install the front end, but this is the part of backend. So to show the complete process, I just run the command. It's already exists, DSpace, and you can even change the password through this command. You can upgrade the password if you want to, but the password is okay, so I just go with the old password. And we can make the DSpace as the directory. Directory is one of the folder. Here already exists, and we can allow, we can permit this directory, copy this, and yes, we need to create one more directory, that is build directory. Here and paste this command, so it's actually create the directory, and we need to format this directory to work as admin. We just add this command, and now install and configure Solr. So we need to create one more directory, that is opt Solr 8.11. Okay, so here paste this command, mk make directory, and that is opt. In opt folder the directory name is Solr 8.11. Solr is actually the indexing system, and that's very much important. You can see this is now we actually enter in the directory, and we can actually grant the permission to DSpace as the user, and the DSpace directory with the Solr. Okay, now we are going to install this. Okay, so if you may search Solr 8.11.3, this is actually not available. So we use some archive and on apache.org. This is actually the alternate mirror. This repository, I mean this system is no more, but it's still available and still working, because to match the compatibility, and DSpace 8 is working well on this Solr. We are not aware, we are not sure about the latest version. It's not compatible on the latest version. There's no information available, so I'm not going to take any risk. So I just use this archive. If you want to work with the latest version, so you can go with the 9. I mean, the Solr 9 is available on the Apache website, and this is from the archive. So I just copy this and we use wget and the archive. So it has download, and now we need to extract this file, to unzip this one, copy, and here you can see copy this one and paste. So it's unzip, and need to copy this. You can see opt Solr, and we just copy this. We can remove this one, I mean this file, tar gz file, but it's okay. Let's and we can start with force, so it may, we can check how it's actually. So it's working on the port 8983, so it's working on there. So and of course we can check the status. We can check this on web server, so you can see this. So it's all fine. Okay, let's me. Okay, now we have done with the Solr, and at step 10 we need to download the DSpace CRIS sources, and we can copy this here in the build directory. So we just enter in the build directory. Now we are in the build directory, and you can actually check this. So DSpace CRIS Backend. This website, go this one, and there you can see REST. REST is actually the backend. Can come down, and there we can find this one, tar-gz source codes. So copy link, and here on this guide show you wget, and paste here, so you can see this is the latest one. I have actually updated with 2.3. Just remove this. Okay. 3. Now let me download. In the build directory. Okay, so we're done with this, and you can see this is the same. We can copy this one and paste here to unzip this. Now we unzip and we can change this name. This is the folder name. You can see this one is the folder name to this folder. So we use mv, that is move file, command, and we have changed it. Now we can enter the directory at step 11 and we can install DSpace CRIS. And that's very much important step. So let me clear. These two steps are most important: to build and again to install fresh. And okay, so we actually moving all, we are building the DSpace and packages here, this directory, and this will take a long time. So we just paste this command and we enter here, and now you will see it will build the REST API all here. So okay, we can watch this, and let me pause my video here. It will take long time to complete the process. So it has built successfully, and here we can see take 9 minutes 33 seconds. So after this, and you can see all the REST API of DSpace CRIS. So here you can see all. Okay, now another important part, we need to move to this directory, that is DSpace installer, and there we need to install, we need to build once again. So we are at installer and we use this command sudo and fresh install here and end. So it actually built successfully, and it's take 9 seconds only. And now we can work with the Tomcat, and that is actually the server, so we can have this link. Okay, now move forward. So we have completed till step number 11, and now at step number 12 we need to install the Tomcat 10, and we can have the Tomcat through this. This is again the Apache, and this is down. So you can see the Tomcat current actually Tomcat. And you can match the version. You can see which version we need to run the 17. So we need 10 is also working, so but 9 is actually not working with this Java 17. So we need 10. At least we need 10, that is 10.1.47. and we can have this mirror to the source code here. We need in tar gz format. You can copy this link and then so you can see this is wget, then the link, but this mirror is right now not working, but it's down. So instead of this, we can use the alternate mirror. This is one of the alternate mirror, and that is available at the archive.apache.org. So there you can have the same Tomcat. So clear this. I think we need to exit from this directory as well. And we can enter. We can get this. We can download this. Okay, so we can extract, unzip this, copy, paste this here, and we can move this. We can change the name. So it's actually, the folder name is Apache. You can see this one, Apache Tomcat 10.1.47, and we are going to change the name, and we can move this into OPT as Tomcat. So we use this command, and in the etc profile we can edit this. There we can provide the Java address. This is actually the Java address, so we just need to write it here. Copy this, close this, and now what we are going to do, we are going to copy the DSpace web apps to OPT Tomcat web apps. So this is the most important step we need to perform here. Let me clear this. Okay, so done. At step 13, so we can make the Tomcat as the service. Instead to restart again and again, we can actually create this as a service. So need this. Exactly. Look. This is one of the old method I'm using here. I just create one file to auto start and auto shut down. We can, auto stop. We can run this command here to make it functional. Okay, so this actually command will start this service. Again using the same command. Okay, let me complete this. Okay, now this is also an important step. So we can actually copy the DSpace Solr to this directory, OPT Solr 8.11 server Solr config set. So we are going to copy this. And we need to grant permission, so this can work easily. And now we can set the environment, although we have already set it. Yes, have already done this. Yes, we have done already this. We have copied this now, so in the last. Now we can create the DSpace admin. We can use this command sudo DSpace bin DSpace create administrator. So it will ask your email address, your first name, your last name, and then password. Okay. So you can provide your current email address, whatever, but here I am using DSpace at localhost. First name is DSpace, last name DSpace, yes, password. Okay, so administrator created. You can create with your credentials. So now we can restart all services here one by one. PostgreSQL service, and we can stop the Solr. First, we stop the Solr by force. If we don't use force, it will not stop. So we need to use force here. And start again. And of course, we need to start the Tomcat, that is actually the server of the. So we actually start the Postgres, that is the database, Solr, that is the indexing system, and the Tomcat, that one is actually the server. And now we can open this localhost 8080 as, and we can connect this to the backend. So let me try to open the backend first. Sorry. Before we connect the front end with this backend, so it's available on locally here. Copy this link here, paste this one. Now you can see it's done successfully. So we have installed the DSpace 8.2 CRIS backend on Ubuntu 22.04. And now the front end, which is already installed here, we are going to connect the front end to this backend. Okay, so at this step, because we have connected this front end with the demo site, so you might face that 4000 what it say, port may be busy. So you need to wait for some time uh, before you move on. So let me check if it might be busy, so we can wait here and then we will continue. So we're just going to edit this file. It's called config.yml. Here we are going to edit the information of our backend that is locally available. It's not SSL, I mean it's not remote, it's available locally, and the host is actually localhost. And the port is 8080 here. And server namespace is actually server. Okay, so here we need to close this one and stop this. I mean, we can close this and save this and close this. Okay, now we need to enter in this directory that is called the opt DSpace CRIS 8 Angular directory. Here, let me clear this, and here at this directory, but we will not run this command. We are going to run the command with not. Because it may heap up, so we need to tell the front end that you have 6 GB of RAM, so you may not heap up. Okay. Here we have the, so we actually going to start yarn, but we are telling the yarn, I mean the front end, that you have 6 GB, so don't actually break in between. Okay, so here paste, and this actually built on the it will create the proxy. So it has done, and now you can see it's available on localhost. So let us open our localhost. This is actually the back end, and now the front end is available on the localhost 4000. So done. So we are done with the DSpace CRIS 8, and that is the current version. And we can see we have the communities. Don't have communities right now. We need to work on this. This is the fresh one. And research output and funding and projects, peoples. You can actually create the profiles of your faculty, your students, whatever you have, the population, and you can get the statistics of their publication. So it's beyond DSpace, and of course you can log in here. So we can use the DSpace, the email, the administrator that we have created. It's local host and the password. So before you can process, you must agree the end user agreement. So of course we need to accept this. Okay, end user agreement, and we do not have any other choice right now. So let's save this, and now we can actually create new communities, collection, item, and process. And of course, we can edit the communities if we are not, if we have created something and we want to change this notification. Okay, access control, registrations, administrative search, or whatever. And we have site, we can log in, we can workflow, lots of things here actually. So this is the back end and this is the front end, and we have done successfully here. Make it on. Source code, of course, you can actually have the source code and you can work. Okay, registries, this is metadata, admin search, access control, notification, lots more. So thank you very much for watching RefLimps. We have successfully installed the backend, and that backend we have connected with the front end. And here we have the terminal, and you can see this is working fine. So let me stop my video here, and when it may complete, I'll show you what happened. And this is important that you may continue with this terminal and you may not stop this, because if you stop this, it will stop the working. And there are some solutions we have, and we will try in the next video, and so we can stop this and it may not stop. Okay, so continue watching RefLimps. We have successfully installed the backend and we have connected with the front end. So you can see this is the front end of DSpace CRIS 8, and this one is the backend, and here is the version. So keep watching RefLimps. Of course, these guides are available. I will provide the link in the description of this video, so you can have the guides, and for commercial purpose, for your organizational use. And of course, you can buy from my shop if you want for commercial purpose, if you want for organizational use. And keep watching RefLimps. Thank you very much for your time and your patience. It take very long, and these guides also take much harder, and I practice lots of practice. Okay, so thank you very much for watching RefLimps. Take care of yourself.